Welcome to Castles to Cauldrons, where every journey starts with a little bit of magic.
Well, welcome to episode 24 of Castles of Cauldrons. I'm your host, Jason Davis. I am joined with Rachel, Terry, and Myka as always, and we have a crew of guests today that have all been to Epic Universe, so we're going to have a nice Epic Universe talk today. So the agents we have on today are Julie Shepard, Jennifer Flynn, Angelina Brown, Christy, I can never say your last name.
Boev.
So, Christy's
It's 4 words. It's 4 letters.
I don't do English.
It's the worst 4-letter last name ever.
It is.
He's from Alabama.
Yeah. We have y'all. I mean, how am I supposed to know how to properly speak?
Sadly, it's the Americanized version of the Bulgarian version of my last name. So,
well, Christy, we welcome you back for your second time on the episode. We'll start with Julie. Julie, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved with magical travel?
Yeah, I've been with magical travel going on 17 years. Denise was my travel agent. So one day she said, I think you should join me. And I said, join you? No, I don't think so. So I lost a lot of sleep, and finally I called her the next day and said, I'm going to do that. So that's how it began. I believe when I started back then, we had like 12 agents.
Well, it's good to have you, Julie. Jennifer, can you tell us a little about yourself and how you got started?
I was with a different agency. And
boo.
I know, that is right.
No, it's fine.
It's fine.
And in 2000, and was it 2009, Julie? 2008? Julie was with me. I met Julie.
It was 2009 when we met.
Okay. And it was, I was on an agent education program. We were on the Disney Wonder, and I met Julie, and she introduced me to Denise, and I left the other agency a couple of years after that and asked Denise if she was hiring, and she was, and there you go. History wrote itself, and there I've been with her ever since. So
That's
it's
cool.
been a long time, but it's so fun. It's the best. It's the best agency.
Thank you.
It is. It really is. It's the best.
Angelina, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started with magical travel?
Yeah, so I've been with magical travel now, I think like 8.5 years. I was always planning trips for friends and stuff. Everybody would ask me like, hey, we want to go here. We want to go there. Like, help me out. You like to do this. So I didn't even know you could find an agency and go be a travel agent, specialize in Disney. And then a friend told me like, oh yeah, this lady in town does it. She helped us. She was like, did you know you could do that? I'm like, no. So I started looking into it. And my kids were at the age where they were like both in school. So I was like, yeah, I need something to do. So I started looking into different agencies, and then talked to one, did not like them. And then came across magical travel and talked to Denise. And now I've been here for 8.5 years. I love it.
Still feels weird that I'm like the newbie. I know Myka and Terry came in after me, but it's just like, wow, we're young bucks.
Well, like you have Christy, Angelina, Julie, and Jen that like have been in it longer than I have. And you feel like the newbie. I just want to say about the 4 of these women that they always go on FAMs or educational events. And I love how they invest in themselves and they invest in their business. So thank you, ladies, for always attending things.
Ew.
Yes.
That's how you get into business. You have to experience it.
I did like seeing y'all's pictures come through once y'all got back. It was fun knowing that I was fixing to be there in a couple of days, knowing that we had agents on the ground. You know, Myka was there just a couple of days before y'all, and it was all fun just seeing everybody's unique perspectives of Epic and everything. So let's talk a little bit Disney, because we all know I hate Disney. Walt Disney World announced 2026 bookings, which started last week, and there were some interesting promotions with it. Rachel, you have the info on that. Can you please let us know about it?
So for all 2026 bookings, when you purchase an adult dining plan, children age 3 to 9 get that dining plan for free. Kids, so Disney adults would be kids 10 and up. So you'd have to purchase anyone age 10 and up, they would have to purchase their dining plan. The dates are out until October 31st, 2026. So we can book and quote up until that date. And then the summer months is when they're going to be doing the water park ticket. They haven't announced the dates for that or the months for that yet. They just said summer dates. So I'm assuming we'll find that probably when 2026 happens.
The week before.
The week before. But yeah, so just bookings out until October 31st, 2026, free dining plan for kids age 3 to 9, and then the free water park entry on your arrival day for summer months.
We had mentioned it when they announced free dining for this year, that this is like, that's rare. We got it so early and for so long that it was the summer through December. This is very out of Disney to do it for all of 2020.
A whole year.
Right.
And not like,
I've never seen that.
yeah, it's
Never.
I was very pro. They must be scared of what Epic's doing, but I think this is a lot to do with just travel in the United States and the international travel. We've been hearing a lot of people from Canada and stuff like that aren't traveling as much. So this is try to incentivize people in America to kind of come down to the park and have some free food. And if you haven't, I'm going to encourage you to go listen to the last episode we had with Kirsty Turok, who talks about how to beat the Disney dining plan, because that will come in handy next year when you go and have free food for your kids.
The added benefit that you can actually apply any discount offers that come out, next year in addition to the free dining for that.
And that's another thing that we don't see with Disney a lot of times is you can stack this. They usually are. You have to do one discount or another. And as agents, we always try to get you the best discount. In this case, we'll get you the best discounts to make sure that you can have that great family vacation for all of 2026.
And I like that they didn't put a stipulation on it about a park hopper.
Right.
Yeah.
So you could have a 3-day or even a 2-day ticket and you would still get the free kid dining plan.
Mm-hmm.
So I think
I just hope that they don't scale back some of those discount offers. You're getting this and that, but it's not going to be 30%. It's going to be 20%. And time will tell.
You might see that, but I think it all depends on where we're at as that year, because those type of discounts are something that we see, more on a quarterly basis type thing. I would hope we get those type of discounts and annual pass discounts, the Visa Chase discounts that they usually give. I guess we'll see next year what we can stack it with, if it's going to be free kids tickets again or 50% off kids tickets.
I loved that. I mean, I know that's still going on, the 50% off kid ticket. That has saved my clients so much money compared to like certain room rates. Mm-hmm. So
I was able to save someone in June like a lot of money. Like she was so excited. She's like, "Oh, good, that's money we were already going to spend, and now we can use it towards food or souvenirs or the extra things that they, like the bubble wands they might not have spent because they didn't put that into the budget." And now she's like, "Oh, that saved me $207. Fantastic. We already had that money set to the side. Now we can use it for other stuff."
And one thing we always emphasize on our podcast, if you're not familiar with it, is like, this is a reason why you should get a travel agent or a specialist to help you, because you don't have to keep up with all these announcements from Disney and which discount's going to be better. You don't have to do the math. If you just use one of us, then you just kind of get an email that says, "Hey, I saved you $200 today. Congratulations." And it's no extra cost to them. So why wouldn't you use a travel consultant or a travel agent to help you?
Yeah, you're paying for it already. It's going right into Disney's pocket in that case. The only other type of news we have is revolving around Universal, and that's Volcano Bay, which is Universal's water theme park, as they like to call it. Everybody else just calls it a water park. They're going to close this year in October, and it's going to be closed until March. That's a 5-month closure.
2026?
Yeah.
It's 2026 they're closing.
I thought it was 20. I thought it was this year.
No, Volcano Bay I have it pulled up.
Okay.
Volcano Bay will be closed for seasonal maintenance from October 26, 2026
Okay.
through approximately March 24th, 2027. During this time, they'll be conducting annual maintenance on several attractions and areas of the park.
Is that when Tapu Tapu's leaving?
No, Tapu Tapu is leaving October 1st, 2025.
Okay, so that's where I got mixed up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I took
Again,
one
boo, that Tapu Tapu's leaving. While we were there on Tuesday of that week we were there, it was fantastic because the only rides that were not ride now were the Krakatoa Aqua Coaster and then the Oh Wow and the Oh Yeah and Oh No drop slides were the only ones that you needed Tapu Tapu for, which was nice because Krakatoa Aqua Coaster was, I think, almost 100-minute wait. We scanned into that. Then Kova and I went around and did other slides like that were tube slides. We did the Fearless River. We did the Lazy River. We went to the wave pool. We did all these things while we were technically waiting in line for the aqua coaster. And then once it was our turn to go on the aqua coaster, I think we waited 15 minutes for it. Like, this makes me really sad that it's going away because it was so nice to not actually have to wait in a super long line for something that's so popular. And I love that about Volcano Bay, that they had that because it was so unique and special that they had it. But hopefully they'll replace it with something better.
With a 5-month closure, I'm sure something's got to, like, that was a selling point for so many people.
Mm-hmm.
So they have to do something.
Well, I mean, they have to do something too because the queue lines.
They're not long.
They're very short queues unless they're the tall slides.
Right. Like Krakatoa, like that line, like when we got in that line, I was like, oh, this seems long. And I was like, oh, wait, we're going up these stairs and it's right there. Like, I thought it was going to be way longer than what it was. But maybe they're taking it away because they're noticing the wait times are actually not as long as what they thought. Maybe it's not as needed because, like, once we got in line, again, we waited maybe 15 minutes. So I don't know what that line looks like typically because those ride now waits were longer than when we tapped in for Krakatoa. So maybe that's what it is. They're saying that maybe it's not as necessary and it's more expensive maintenance wise to keep up with all of those wristbands that they're given to each person and making sure it works. I just really liked that it worked for the lockers because I did rent a locker while I was there and you could just scan Tapu Tapu, your locker opened. You can use it as many times as you want. Kova and I definitely went back and forth many times to go get sunscreen and stuff like that. So, and also water shoes, because only certain of the slides let you use water shoes. So only like the tubes that you're sitting in, you can use water shoes. But if it's a body slide, you can't use water shoes. So we would go back and forth. So I didn't have to like leave stuff on a chair. Like, I don't even think we got ourselves a chair because we just had our locker.
Well, and I would suspect maybe they're going to use the same technology that Epic Universe is using for the lockers with the facial recognition. So, because otherwise, I mean, that's such a disservice to clients because you don't want to have to carry something around to be able to access your locker.
Right.
I mean, when we get into like our epic adventures a little bit more, I did love that about the lockers. Like, it was really nice. And how they have the lockers set up for the rides, so much better than the other two parks.
Yes.
And I do think with Tapu that it was a good technology when it came out, but now we have Apple Watches, we have iPhones and all this with digital wallets that, you know, you had to link your Tapu to a credit card, and if you're going to pay, they really encourage you to use your Tapu. I'm going to wear my watch when I walk around this place, so I'm just going to pay with my tap to pay stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think trying to make it a little bit easier to use, maybe get rid of the screen or something like that. Integrate it with the app on the phone so that you get notifications.
Well, if I'm at a water park, I don't want to wear another band. You know, everywhere we're going now, we're wearing a band. But if I'm at a water park, it's coming off. I don't want to tan like that.
I do. I love my tan. Well, that's all the news we have right now. I'm going to send it over to Rachel for a little ad, and then we'll be back in a few seconds.
Are you dreaming of your next adventure but overwhelmed by planning? Magical Travel has you covered. With over 24 years in the business, we specialize in Disney destinations, Universal Studios, cruise vacations, and all-inclusive resort getaways. Our services are 100% complimentary when you book a vacation package with one of our knowledgeable agents. Request a free quote to start the planning process at www.magicaltravel.com. Mention our podcast to be connected with one of our agents you were listening to.
And we're back. So a lot of us all had a fantastic time. I think I can speak for all of us on that one. The good thing is we all have different aspects of going to theme parks. I am obviously a very Universal heavy loving person. And then we have some people who aren't, and some who don't like rides so much. So we're going to talk about our experience at Epic, what we enjoyed, what we didn't enjoy, and what we hope to see in the future. Let's start the conversation with something familiar, and that's Harry Potter, and get the big negative out of the way for, I think, a lot of us. Harry Potter Ministry of Magic. What were y'all's overall thoughts on the land itself?
Awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say when you walk in, you felt like you were walking into like even more so, like Diagon Alley is amazing, but even more so, like you're actually walking into a city or like a city block because everything is to scale. And it really felt that way. And like when you first walk in and then you turn around and see the gates, and it was really exciting. I wish that day my son would have had his wand because we hadn't bought him a wand yet because we were not going to focus on that stuff. Like we were very much like ride focused and wanting to do that. So we didn't want to spend as much time. But it was fantastic. My son saw the circus tent for the show and really, really wanted to see the show. It was good. I don't know. Did anyone else here go to the Harry Potter Fantastic Beast show? What is that called? Something Arcanue. It was actually really good. My child saw it and said, I want to go do that. We just happened to walk into the land 10 minutes before show was starting. So we got right in the queue, got in, sat down, very strict, like the How to Train Your Dragon show of like no pictures once you cross a certain line, like no videos, no pictures. But it was actually really entertaining and the stage did really cool things, like kind of like, I don't want to ruin things, but you go into Newt Scamander's suitcase, like it literally lifts and like there's like a whole extra set, like it does a whole thing. It's the animatronics in it, kind of like How to Train Your Dragon, is really cool and really advanced. And I think it's one of those shows, like it's hot, so you want to sit down and watch it. And it was really entertaining. My mom and child have never seen a Harry Potter movie, let alone the Fantastic Beasts movies, and they both were really entertained and enjoyed it.
That was going to be my question, was did you have, even if you're just a Harry Potter watcher and enjoyer, did you have to see Fantastic Beasts to understand the whole what's going on? But you didn't.
It would make more sense if you did. But like I was talking to my mom, like, oh, that's what this is. This is his suitcase. I don't know if I want to say spoiler for the show. Don't listen if you don't want to be spoiled. Newt Scamander comes out. Like there's like Newt Scamander's there. So like he's helping with it. So not like if you haven't seen it, you might not understand who this guy is that's coming in to like save the day. But again, my mom and child both have not seen any of those movies and they both thoroughly enjoyed it and would watch it again.
Gotcha.
So did you say nobody else went to that show?
We were in
we were gonna go, but unfortunately, when we were in Ministry of Magic, it broke down, and we ended up being in there for an extra hour longer than we thought we were going to, and we missed the last show, so we didn't make it.
I mean, I feel like we were lucky to watch it because looking at like Facebook groups for people that have been going, like it's not been up and running fully. I mean, it is technically during technical rehearsals and this is the preview time. So they make it very clear when you're going in that it's technical rehearsals and not everything would be functioning and working. And things could break down or not open until later in the day. So we were really lucky that we were able to get in and watch it and that we didn't have any issues with that.
What about food in the land or anything like that? I had butterbeer and it was flat. So I was very disappointed in that, but
I had frozen butterbeer.
We didn't even really eat there. So did y'all have any snacks in there or anything like that?
No, we didn't have time. Unfortunately, that was one of my biggest regrets, I think, from this trip is we didn't really stop to eat at all, or eat any snacks or anything. We ate in Toadstool Cafe in Super Mario Land, but that was it. And I got an ice cream in the morning. But that was it. We didn't really get to sample any of the food.
She had ice cream for breakfast.
That's the best time to have ice cream.
Yeah, ice cream for breakfast.
Brunch.
We did the special Sunday over in Donkey Kong Country for breakfast. Like as soon as we got off that ride, we got the Sunday there. So that was like at 11 o'clock in the morning. So we had also like ice cream brunch.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing you want to know about Toadstool is they had us get in line to get a table first.
Yeah.
And they told us where to sit. And then you ordered from your table. Now, I was paying cash. So I went up to the register and it took forever. But there was no line. It was just people having issues. So anyhow, they would bring your food to you. And it was just kind of strange because was it you, Angelina? You got your drink first? They bring like one empty cup to one person and then like 15 minutes later, someone else gets their cup. So if you order separately at the table, you're going to get your food at different times.
It probably all just depends on when it comes in through the queue and what it is and how easy it is to get out. I would assume if that's what, if you're ordering with different accounts and apps, even though it's to the same table.
Well, I was hoping they'd bring us all drink cups at the same time, but.
So back to Harry Potter for a minute. Let's go to the main attraction. The ministry battle for the ministry. Did everybody ride it?
I think so.
I did not.
Angelina, did you? No.
Nope. I didn't ride it. I get super motion sick, so I opted out of almost everything. I just didn't want to end up ruining the day.
Now, I get pretty sick easily, but I did fine on that one.
That's what scares me when I go at the end of the month is like, because I get motion sick too. So like I'm gonna Dramamine and like do sea dance just to double up. But
I think it's slightly less screen heavy than a lot of other Universal rides. I think that definitely helps. There's motion to it, but it's not like a Forbidden Journey motion. That type of stuff. Like you're not being leaned backwards and forwards and tossed around. It's more of a like there's some up, down, side to side, but there's not like tilting the same way that you get in Forbidden Journey. There's definitely some animatronics. There are some screens, but it's not like the big screens in Forbidden Journey where you're like in and you feel like it's surrounding you. It's like they're also in those little elevators.
Yeah, they're not.
Ride vehicle is more comfortable because you can kind of look at it and know you're not going to be spinning. It looks like the seating at Tower of Terror.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the screens are more of an LED wall than it is projection like the other rides.
Yeah,
so it feels depth versus flat, and it looks great. I'll just say I didn't really like the ride as much as I like the other two, because I feel like this ride should have been before Gringotts. If they were to build these properly, they would have done Forbidden Journey, Battle, and then Escape.
Yeah.
Just so
I do have to say, like during previews right now, I don't know how it's going to be once it opens, as it is technically a virtual queue right now. So the fact that 4 out of the 6 of us did get to ride Battle for the Ministry is good, because there are a lot of people who are not able to get into the virtual queue and not able to do it. Fortunately, I didn't have an issue with the virtual queue, but I know that's not the case for a lot of people. There were tons of people there who were confused about the virtual queue or trying to get on the ride without the virtual queue, even though they had signs, lots of places with QR codes for you to scan to make sure that your tickets, were properly in the Universal app to do this. So I don't know. More than likely, I would think they're going to keep a virtual queue after opening. The queue itself is humongous. The rumor is it's what could hold 7 hours of line.
Yeah.
Huh?
It's something around 7 hours.
Ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. Like I feel like we didn't stop walking once we got into the line. Like we got into the line and just continued to walk. There were times where we slowed down, where you're in Dolores Umbridge's office and there's a really cool animatronic in there and it has like a whole thing it says. And I took a video while we were in there, but there were lots of people taking their time to see the details of the queue. Nobody was rushing through, but I really all of a sudden, after walking, I swear we walked for 10 minutes. It was a solid, walking back and forth, upstairs, downstairs, turning corners, doing all these things. And then we got to the ride. I was like, oh, we're getting on the ride. We're here. But the queue itself, they do a good job. I don't know if there's any ride I would wait 7 hours in line for. I would not stand in a line for that long, but they have a lot of really interesting stuff in the queue for you to look at and to see these little Easter eggs and things like that for the ride, like Ron and Harry's lockers, because they work at the ministry, those types of things. It's really fun. But the ride itself, I loved it. Again, my mom and child have not seen Harry Potter, and they really enjoyed the ride as well.
Okay, I got 2 questions. Why is it at Universal they have stairs everywhere you go? Stairs up and down. The other thing is, was that in the office there, was that supposed to be Dobby the elf, or was that
No, it's an original character to the ride. They made a character for this ride.
What's its name?
I don't know.
As I'll say, it didn't look like him. It didn't
It
sound
wasn't.
like him.
It says its name when you're in there. Like it says, "Hi, I'm so and so, Dolores Umbridge's house elf or former house elf, my former employer." I'm pretty sure it says those things. But it was a unique. Again, we'll say spoilers. Unique character for the ride.
Right.
Well, and I would definitely
is her
give it.
name.
Oh, sorry.
Huh?
That's fine. Higgledy is her name.
Higgledy. That's a good name
Christy, go
for
ahead.
a house elf.
I would definitely say if the virtual queue is still open when the ride opens to the public, that if you're trying to get a spot in the virtual queue, don't give up. If you attempt to get it and it says your time is not available, just keep trying as long as the button is blue, because we experienced that where it was telling us it wasn't available. And after a few times, it let us in. So I would recommend that you not give up after the first time, but definitely, try for a few minutes, because there's a good chance that you still may get let in.
And for when we were there, I'm thinking it was the same the whole week, because I was there on Monday. You guys were there on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
And then Jason was there on Saturday.
Mhm.
So different days during the week. For me, the virtual queue was 11 a.m., 3 p.m., and 6 p.m. I only tried for the 11 a.m. and I got that. Like I didn't try again because the ride didn't even open until after 3. So like we didn't even go get on the ride till after 3 o'clock. So I don't know if it's going to continue to do the virtual queue, or if they're going to do drops like that, or is it going to be like random times through the day, or just one time in the morning for everyone to do it. But again, it was blue. I refreshed back and forth, was able to get the spot for our 3 people.
Jennifer and Angelina, did y'all wait in line and go through the queue itself for the ride? And if you did, would you do that again just to experience the queue?
We didn't, because there was other things that we wanted to have time to go do. But no, I would definitely wait. And we did in Dark Universe. What is that?
Monsters Unchained.
The Monsters. Yeah, we waited in that one, and that was really cool. So I was glad I did that. So had we not had other things we were trying to do, I would have waited just to see it.
Okay, well let's move over to Nintendo then. Having been at Hollywood and now Florida, this was I didn't have to do it. We did it because it was the early entry. We went straight for Donkey Kong. But that reveal was probably the best reveal I've seen ever. Just going up the escalator, coming out of the pipe, and seeing everything that they have, the colors, it pops. What were y'all's first experiences with it? Like, what did y'all think when you first walked in? Did it overwhelm you too much? Did it make you feel like you wanted to just bounce around and hit, brick blocks?
I thought it looked like we literally stepped into the game. It was really cool because everything just hits you at once. The sounds, the color, the movement, everything. And it takes you a minute to kind of take it all in. But I thought it was really cool.
Now, I know you said you try to stay away from a lot of the rides, not to ruin your day, but did you do Yoshi by any chance?
I did do Yoshi. Yep.
What are your thoughts on Yoshi?
It's cute. I mean, it's great for kids or just to kind of chill and ride around and see it. It was nothing like amazing. I wouldn't wait a long time for it or anything, but it was cute.
Yeah, we rode it. I think I would wait 20 minutes max for it if I had my kid with me. If not, I'm waiting 5 for myself.
Right.
And it's like a people mover type ride, so I'll only ride it just to get off my feet for a few minutes. What was the other thoughts of the land and those rides, whether it was Mario Kart or Donkey Kong?
Well, going back to Mario Kart, I guess the shocker was the price of the power-up bands. With tax, it was 47 something. So you want a budget for that.
Oh, it's like a magic band.
Yeah, a little bit more expensive. Magic bands I already have.
But I do feel like power-up bands, I feel like if you use the power-up band, you really are interacting with the land much more so than if you don't have it and you're just walking through the land to the rides.
So did you guys buy them?
We
did. Yeah.
Okay.
Did you guys do the games?
We did.
We did.
1 or 2. We did 1.
Yeah.
Somebody has a video of it.
Do you feel that having the power up band enhanced your experience there, or like could you have done without it?
I'm glad I did it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say, I mean, if you don't have it, then you're more just walking through the land just to get to the attractions themselves, as opposed to interacting with the actual land. So for me personally, I would highly recommend getting them because I do feel like it really makes a difference in your experience in Super Nintendo World.
So I do not own a wand at all for Harry Potter. That's something I will not buy. I just don't see the value in it, but I will purchase the power up band.
I agree
don't
with
have
you,
a-
Rachel, with that because we have both the wand and the power up band. And they said they played some of the games. So did you guys like earn the keys? Like to do
I
stuff?
think did we get one or two?
We got one, but they were down. So one of them we just couldn't even get. And so we were trying, but we weren't able to get there.
Because the really fun part is if you earn 3 keys, you can battle Bowser Jr. And it's like a whole interactive thing. And you can't go in there unless you've earned those 3 keys. You have to scan your power-up band to show that you've done that. And it's not just like you with your party. It's like they put a bunch of people in there and you're all battling. So that really made it, like, to me, the power-up band is worth it more than the wand because there's more things you can do and it's more interactive.
Here's the cute little band we had. Or at least this was
It's
mine.
giant.
I got Toad.
Is it like a slap bracelet?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh,
So yeah,
Oh.
it's literally a slap
I'll
bracelet.
do like Christy did, make it look real big.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the one thing with the power up band that we found out. If there's rides that have lockers, for instance, Stardust Racers, they will not let you ride if you have your power up band on. They'll make you go back to the locker and put it in your locker.
Okay.
So just something to keep in mind that if you do have a power up band, it's probably best just to take it off if you're going to have a locker, because I don't know which rides they will or won't let you do that with.
Good to note too with power up bands is they are usable on both coasts. So if you bought one in Hollywood, you can bring it to Orlando and vice versa. You can even take it to the parks in Japan and use it there. So yeah, the price point, I agree, Julie. For a power up band for the one land, I'm like, $40 versus a magic band that you can, run around Walt Disney World with. Like it's like, okay. I mentioned on a previous podcast, the wands and the magic is kind of like they do want to nickel and dime you a little bit just so you can do a little bit of experience in those lands. We mentioned Toadstool earlier. Food wise, y'all ate there. What did y'all have? Did you enjoy it?
I'll go first. I had a kid's meal. It was a cheeseburger, and I can't remember what else. The cutest part was this little guy and the flag, and there was a cookie in here. And it was all cute and everything, but the hamburger tasted funny to me. It just had a funny taste.
It's because it's Yoshi meat.
Huh?
It's Yoshi
It's
meat.
Yoshi meat.
And that could have been. That could have been.
What was everybody else's?
Jennifer and I both got the salad, the caprese salad. It was okay. It was fine. I don't know what Jennifer thought about it, but
Jen, were you the one that didn't submit your order? Who was that?
Yeah, I never told him I was there. And boy, I waited and waited for that meal. Angelina, tell me, it said it had asparagus. It had one piece of asparagus.
yeah.
And
was
then
one
it
piece
had
that
a
made a
couple
stem.
tomatoes. Yeah, it was awful. It was tasted good, but definitely not worth the money.
Tell us how you really feel.
We're trying to get invited to stuff with Universal.
Can't help
I
it.
will say, since
I
this
should have went with the meat.
Terry had the meatball in Hollywood, right? No.
I want the meatball. When we were talking about we were talking about Epic coming out and what we look forward to most in each land to eat, I want the meatball. So I don't know if I want it now because we haven't really got great reviews across the board. It might taste funny.
I had the Mario burger, and honestly, I didn't think it tasted funny. I thought it tasted fine. And then I had the toadstool cheesy garlic knots, which they're just little garlic bread knots with cheese in them, but they're shaped like little mushrooms, so they're super cute. And then I had the block tiramisu, just not because I really wanted dessert, but because I was curious what it looked like.
Yeah.
And it was super cute. It was built like a Mario block, but it had sugar cookies on all four sides, like little square sugar cookies, and one is the lid. And then it was filled with tiramisu, and it had a little star chocolate piece on it.
That sounds nice.
Yeah.
So I shared the sugar cookies with everybody at the table. I'm like, I don't need 5 cookies. Everybody have one.
So you're nice. I would have eaten all the cookies myself.
That was good though.
I didn't go in there at all. When it came to Mario, like I said, I've been to Hollywood, so I just kind of put it on the back burner. The only thing I rode Yoshi and I rode Minecart Madness, which is the Donkey Kong ride. I did enjoy it as someone who played Donkey Kong growing up, and I'm currently playing it with my 4-year-old. That scene when you're in the minecart, that's like, okay, I'm ready to ride this ride. And then getting there and riding it, I realized how old I am. So I love coasters, but that was the roughest, most smooth coaster I've ever been on.
I agree with that statement.
Can you explain the roughest, most smooth coaster? And Angelina, did you go on this? Because I'm judging my rides off of you.
That was one I was actually going to ride, and it was down the entire day.
Okay.
So when it opened at the end of the night, it was a 90-minute wait, and we were like, nah, at that point, 8:00 at night, we were like, done. Like, I'm not doing it now.
Okay.
Yeah,
It was 95 for the early entry when we got there. So me and Beth decided to do single rider. We still waited an hour for it and was single rider. The big thing to note is that it's a 4-person car, so it's very rare that you get a single rider. The statement of the roughest, most smooth coaster I've been on is anytime you're going to jump or switch tracks, it gets real rough.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you land or something like that. But the rest of the ride, it's smooth and it's great. You feel great. And then it's like, oh, here we go again. And it's and like, okay, I'll ride it again. But it was lacking. What were y'all's thoughts?
We did it during early entry, and it was, when we got in line, it said 45 minutes, but it kept going down and coming back up. So we actually ended up waiting, because they actually, for early entry, they let us in a couple minutes early. Like, we were in line at 10 a.m. Like, we were getting in line for Donkey Kong, and we didn't get off till after 11. And I thought it was great. Like, it was our very first ride of the day. And it was, again, like Jason said, rough but smooth, but not like overly rough. Like, I've definitely been on things that are way more rough. But it was really fun. Like, if you know the video games, it's definitely worth it. It's short. I have to say, I think this is going to be a little bit of a theme. Slightly short for a roller coaster.
Yeah, especially
like Tron short.
Yeah, it's slightly longer than Tron, but yes, kind of Tron short.
They at least have animatronics on this ride.
Yes.
Let's move over to the Isle of Berk. This is probably the biggest land or world they have in the park.
It's Jen's favorite.
I didn't know anything of How to Train Your Dragon when they announced this, and I've watched the first 2. So I was jaw dropped. But what are y'all's thoughts?
I've never seen the movie. I walked in there knowing what I've seen on TikTok, and I fell in love with it. It was just the most magical place, and the ingenuity with the show. I mean, the show, Hiccup and Toothless coming through. I literally had tears in my eyes watching it. And then when we went out, Christy and I went out to meet both of them. Hiccup was not there, but we met Toothless, and it's just, it's so unbelievably magical. I just can't say enough about it.
I will say this about the show. I missed the show. This is when I was running around trying to find my wallet. And, but I got there, it was just a few minutes before the show started, and they went and let me in. And someone said, you have to show up 30 minutes before the show starts. So I don't know what time. So I watched a family be turned away at 5:45. They got there right at 5:45. and they couldn't watch the show. So you want to get there early.
Just snuck in then, because we didn't wait that long. We didn't wait 30 minutes.
No, we didn't wait 30 minutes.
I think you're probably okay, like
And I would
5, 10
suggest-
minutes.
No, I was there a few minutes before and they wouldn't let me in.
Because we got there right as it was supposed to start the first time, and they said, no, you have to come back to the next one. And then we did get there about 20 minutes early, and we were okay.
I would suggest to sit in the balcony because that's where he comes. He comes right on over the main crowd, and then he's right in front of you. I get chills just thinking about it, to be honest with you. I've never seen anything like it.
That part wasn't working when we did it. That didn't happen when we watched it. I was expecting it to happen, and I knew where it was coming from. And then the show ends, and I was like, well, that was the last show of the day, so we can't come back and watch
that's
it.
a bummer.
Did they do the full fog effect for it and everything?
I don't know. There was a point where you're like, oh, he's supposed to come from over here, like me knowing this. And then I was like, wait, Hiccup's still on stage. He's not where he's supposed to be. Like, he's down here singing and dancing with everybody.
Yeah, because that's how Hiccup comes in, is he's riding on Toothless. So
No, we didn't get that.
that's
Now it isn't, it is an indoor show, which is really nice because it's a good 20-minute air conditioned break from the heat. And which is probably why it might depend on what time of day you go, how full the show is, because obviously mid-afternoon when the heat is at the highest, people are looking for that break.
I didn't feel that the theater was that big.
No, it looks
so maybe that's why they're telling people to get there a half hour ahead or so so you can get to see that one show that you want. Because I didn't feel that it was a very large theater.
Trying to think of what to compare it to in Disney that would be theater size. Like, I know it's smaller than the Bourne Stuntacular.
Maybe the Finding Nemo show.
Maybe Nemo.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say maybe Nemo.
But it's worth it if you have the time to do it. Beautiful show, great tech in it. I hope Disney execs are watching it and be like, hey, we need to incorporate some cool stuff like this in future endeavors. Let's talk about some rides. We'll go from small intensity up of Fire Drill. Did anybody do Fire Drill?
No, nobody wanted to get wet.
No, we didn't want to get wet.
Same.
Yeah, it was like a 5-minute wait all day, and I never got on it. It looks cool. It looks fun. Something that my 4-year-old would love to do.
People came off soaked.
Yeah.
Like, I saw people like wringing shirts out. So I was like, let's not do that, because all I have are tennis shoes, and I don't want squishy feet all day.
Yeah, we walked over that way considering it, and then we saw people coming off just soaked, and we're like, yeah, no, thank you.
Yeah. They have the similar ride at Legoland. That's where the tech comes from. So we'll be on it one day. I'll be completely soaked. Dragon Racers.
Dragon Racers Rally?
Yeah, I didn't do it. I was in line for it, but I didn't do it. What were y'all's? Anybody else do that?
Mm-mm.
I loved it, honestly. It looks more intense than it really is. I mean, once you get on it, it's literally like you're just flying through the air on the back of a dragon. I mean,
did you make yourself flip?
I did not.
Did you try?
I didn't know how to do it. There wasn't anyone giving any instructions how to do it. I mean, I was using my wings and stuff, but I wasn't doing anything.
I didn't even attempt it because I don't like heights that much, so I didn't do that. But did anyone else here feel that the ride was kind of short? I feel like you went around like 4 times and then you came down. Like, it was fun. I mean, I had fun and it was beautiful views, but it was short.
Now, I did feel like the constraints on the ride are maybe a little bit smaller than a lot of the other rides, that it might be more difficult if you're a bigger person, and maybe not, but it felt like it was just a little bit tighter than any of the other rides that I had done. So
I also think, like, based on being adult versus kid, because my child was trying his best to get his to flip upside down, but he wasn't quite strong enough to move the wings the way it needed to be done. Like, he was watching the person in front of us doing barrel roll after barrel roll, but he could not move his wings.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out how to do it. I was trying to move my wings around and stuff, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So
I commend you, Christy, for trying, because I just left mine level and just to enjoy the ride.
I would have totally done it.
I would have too, but we were in line and Hiccups was closed and it opened back up to a 40-minute wait. So we got out of line and we went over to Hiccup and rode the wing glider. I personally liked it. I ended up waiting a little bit longer because they switched some trains around. It was a 60-minute wait for us. But I think it's a Hagrid's type ride. Just a little bit downgrade from Hagrid's. It was fun. The music was great, and being able to go around the whole Isle of Burke and seeing it from different areas. I thought it was fun. Did anybody else not like it or like it?
I
loved it. Christy and I were in the front row. And Angelina, you totally could have done it.
I did. Me and Paige rode while you guys were meeting Toothless.
Yeah, it was fun.
Christy, you said you were front row?
Yeah, we did front row.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will say one thing I like that Epic did at Universal did at Epic was their front row. All of them had separate standbys once you got into the line. So like with Stardust and with Hiccup that I saw, you actually you went through the queue and said, "Hey, I want front row," and then they put you in another queue that was equally as long because Velocicoaster, if y'all haven't been on it, you just line up against a wall and it's kind of cumbersome. So having a whole separate queue, I think that was a nice little touch.
Now, when Jen and I were in the front row, we actually didn't wait in the separate queue. There was no one waiting in the queue. We just got put there, which was, it was great.
Almost walked on. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was the case with us. The people who were getting on the front row, we were tired. We wanted to get on the ride. But since they had just changed everything out, no one was in queue for front row. So they just hopped right in.
Can I say one thing? Just jumping back to Mario Kart real quick.
Sure.
One thing you want to know is they gave us no information about how to play this game. So what you got to know is you put the hat on and you're going to turn your head to where you want to shoot. And then you put the glasses on or you can't see anything. But they never told us there were buttons and they were hard to see. They're at the top of the steering wheel. And I just happened to find it because I'm like, there's got to be some way to shoot. And so there were a lot of people getting off that never discovered those buttons.
If you're paying attention in the queue, like in the pre-shows, like it's telling you on the video screens, like where it is, what you're supposed to do, how to put the glasses on, how to play the game.
That. Yeah, we didn't have a pre-show.
Well, like where you're standing in front of the door before.
Yeah, we just went in and in.
I was like, because when we were standing in line, there was like, it wasn't necessarily like words that like, it wasn't like saying it out loud, but it was a video screen showing you this is how you put the goggles or the glasses on for the IR. This is how, or what is it? AR? What is
AR.
AR, augmented reality. And then these are the buttons and this is how you're supposed to do it. And if you have a power up band, you can scan it here to get your points or whatever.
Yeah, pre-show must have gone down for us or something.
That was my least favorite ride, I have to say, was Mario Kart. I didn't.
Even talk about it.
I was just going to say it was one of my favorites.
I'm middle of the road. I enjoyed it. It was fun, but I wouldn't say it was one of my favorites.
Let's go back to Isle and talk about food because I'm fat and I like food. I did have the mac and cheese bowl with goldfish on top because
yummy. Was it good?
Was good.
It looked good.
You didn't do the PB&J one?
No, I
pork,
didn't do
bacon
the
and
PB&J
jam
one. No, that looks disgusting. Us talking
it looks
about
so
it.
good. I wanted to eat it, but we were so ride focused that I didn't stand in line to get the food.
Yeah, that's probably my biggest regret is that we didn't get the mac and cheese because I really wanted to try that.
I'm a snob when it comes to mac and cheese because I'm a 4-year-old at heart when it comes to food. And that was some really good mac and cheese.
Was the bread cone thing good too?
I didn't care for it. Bethany loved it. Like because
it was like everything bagel, right? Like it had everything bagel seasoning or something like that on it.
But we didn't go into meat hall. I didn't get the little chocolate fish that I want. So that's going to be, when we go back at Memorial Day weekend. But overall, I will say Isle of Burke is probably my favorite themed world. It's so big, and what they've done with it, it's just there's a lot of stuff going on, and there's places to look.
It's
So,
beautiful.
yeah.
Like it's fun and colorful and feels like you walked into that movie. I know Jennifer said she hasn't seen those movies, and Jason, you said you haven't either. But like if you've seen those movies and you walk in and you're like, I'm in Burke, like that's where I'm at. Like this is where we are.
I have seen them now. I've seen 2 of them.
Oh, good.
I did my research.
Did you watch them with Travis?
Yes, I fell asleep in a lot of it.
So you saw bits and pieces.
I did.
I felt like Isle of Burke was the most immersive land. Like Super Nintendo World is immersive, but it's a overwhelming kind of immersive when you walk in. Whereas Isle of Burke, you literally felt like you walked into this land. And I mean, I love how they did the portals where you really can't see much of the world outside of the portal when you're in each of the lands. And I just think that's amazing to me.
And I think, unfortunately, right now, Isle of Burke is the only one that you can really see out of.
Mm-hmm.
And it's mainly because of Stardust sitting right next to it. You can, once the foliage grows in and whatnot, hopefully it kind of disappears. But yeah, I agree. It's beautiful. And for somebody like Angelina that doesn't necessarily get on the big rides, I imagine that it's just great to have a place that, you can walk around and enjoy the atmosphere and like the characters walking around and seeing the dragons and whatnot.
And I guess since I was the only one with a child, because I was there with my 7-year-old, we did the Viking training camp, like he did the playground area, and that was fantastic. Like it was a good spot for like if you're tired from walking around for like parents to go sit down, and he had a blast running around and playing in that. And I love that they have that option for family with kids.
Let's go into Celestial Park right quick because I'm going to leave the best for last. What were y'all's overall thoughts on this? Is like just a big place. There's a lot to do here. There's a lot of food to eat. There's a lot of it's not a lot of activities, but there's stuff that's fun. Did y'all do Stardust? Did y'all do the carousel? And I know y'all said y'all hadn't eaten much, but did y'all eat anything in this area?
So that's where I had my breakfast ice cream.
Your breakfast ice cream?
Yeah, from what's it called? Frosty House, I think.
Frosty Moon? No, not Moon.
Yes.
No.
Something. I gotta look at the picture.
Moon? I don't know. Constellation Carousel is awesome. Just looking at it, it's different.
Did anyone else ride it at night?
Saw it at night.
No,
We waited until night to ride it because of how it was like all the things you're sitting on are things like lit up and beautiful. So
that was our intent. And then when Ministry of Magic broke down, we didn't leave that area till 9:15 and the park was already closed. So we didn't get to do it. But Paige and I did not ride it during the day with everybody else. We were doing Stardust Racers instead. And so I didn't get to ride it at all, but our intent was to do it at night.
I only rode the carousel once. It was okay. I'm not a carousel dude. Like I said, I'm big. So getting up on top of one of those things was not the best thing. But I enjoyed myself for the little bit, and I like that it's kind of like Alien Swirling, where it changes songs, it changes directions a lot, and just does different things.
I like that has the double seats for the kids.
Yes.
So you can ride on and have your child sit in front of you.
Or for the fat guy that's not supposed to be getting on top of a...
Angelina, did you ride it?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you get sick?
No.
Okay, good.
Fine. I thought it was...
You'll be fine.
Okay. So what are you going to say,
I thought it was a unique take on a carousel. Like they managed to make it different than just your traditional, merry-go-round. And it's really pretty. I'm sure it would have been even prettier at night. So it was cool. I enjoyed it.
We had a team member tell us there's 7 different songs that they play on there. So you could get a different experience, like with the song every time you ride it.
And it goes
I
back.
can't personally ride a merry-go-round, but this did not, because it makes me sick, but this was totally different. It's not even like a merry-go-round at all.
Is it like the teacups though? Like merry-go-round plus teacup? No.
No.
Okay.
Like
No,
it
it's
looks
very
like
mild.
a lot of spinning, but it's not. Like it is, but it's not, because you have the big plate spinning and then there's 3 individual plates, but also the things you're on are slowly spinning.
It's
So it looks
slow.
like everything's dancing and it's very slow. Yeah.
No, I
Okay.
can't.
You don't
spin.
really feel it.
Right.
Okay.
I can't spin, but I did fine on those.
Yeah, and it should note there are 3, I think it's 3 tables on one big table. And on the big table, there are like 3 or 4 quote unquote stationary seats, so they don't spin within the spin. They just do the one big spin, and then they spin on the pole themselves because you'll turn around.
And they can seat 3, right? Like 2 adults and a kid. If I remember looking at them correct, or like looking at those seats.
I think they all sit 2.
Yeah, I figured that's what set 3, because they would say 2 for 2 people and for 3 people.
I was just ready to get off, really. I mean, like I said, I'm not super.
Well, Beth looked like she had a good time.
She did. I sent them a picture when I got on it, and I'm like, no, this is not me.
You just sent us a picture of Beth.
I got on it because I made her get on Stardust Racers, which is by far the best ride in the park when it comes to roller coasters.
Mm-hmm.
I know, Angelina, that was your favorite ride. You went on it 16 times.
Yeah. I took one look at that like corkscrew that falls down, and I was like, yeah, that's a no for me. I know my family would love it. I sent them a video and they're like, what? You're not going? Like, that looks so fun. And I'm like, yep, I'll bring you guys back and you can do it and tell me all about it.
Who rode Stardust Racers?
Yeah.
Me.
I only got to ride it one time.
And Christy.
Okay. So Christy, you're the only one that rode it from the other 4?
Uh-huh.
You only rode it once, Jason?
Yeah.
I rode both sides just because there was no wait. Like, I could get off and get right back on. And the second time they were like, are you okay with row 10? I was like, sure. Now, when they say like the last row is more intense, like when you take off, so Christy and Jason rode it. When you take off, like you have like a launch, but then it's like an extra launch. Like you start going even faster and you get over the top of that like top hat. If you're in that back row, like it literally gave me whiplash because when the front of that coaster got over, like it yanked me forward and like my neck was sore afterwards. I had a great time. My pigtails did not touch my shoulders, I don't think, the entire time I was on the roller coaster. It was fantastic, but I wasn't expecting it to do that to me. I think now I would be better at bracing myself, but I loved it. I think Jason loved it. Christy, did you like it?
I thought it was incredible. I loved it. My only regret is that I didn't get to do both sides. We just didn't have the time for it.
So which side did you do?
We did the yellow side.
That's what I did.
Because we asked the team member the difference between the two, and she said that on the yellow side you tend to get a little bit more air time on the top hats, not just the top hats, but even the corkscrew. But the green side is more intense in the rotation, and so we decided to go for more air time and less intense for our first time, just to figure it out. Our intent was to go back and do the green one. We just never got back to it.
That's what I told Beth when we got off. I was like, we were on the yellow. I was like, this was the easy side. And there was no wait. So I was like, we can go back and get on green. And she told me no. So
I started with green and I ended with yellow because I didn't know. I was just like, I'm just going to go to green. I didn't personally feel much of a difference in sides, like with that stuff. Like I don't know if it's because the second time I was in the back. So I just naturally had more airtime anyway with being on the back side, like in the back car. But I loved it. Like I thought like intensity levels similar to Velocicoaster in that way of like a pretty intense roller coaster.
I'll say this about the coaster and we'll move on. I think that the best way to compare this to Velocicoaster is the last half. Velocicoaster is very much a two-style roller coaster, ones that's real intense and tight. And the last half is the top hat, real fast, long pieces of track. That's what I feel Stardust is. It's much more of a long ride. Kind of, I hate to say it like this, but it's like a Sunday stroll type thing. You're going real fast, but you know, it's easy.
It's so incredibly smooth.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And I'm not a back row person, but they put me on back row, so I was fine with it.
We were watching it and I was like, I don't know, maybe I can do that.
You could.
Because it looked really slow.
You could do it.
And then I saw it and I was like, yeah, I just don't know. And then Christy got off and she's like, that was so intense. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm glad I didn't do it. but it looks like it's very slow and just smooth. Yeah.
I think part of the intensity though is like the proximity to the other like the other car, like how they're weaving in and out and stuff. That just like visually how that just is so different than most other roller coasters that you're going to ride.
Okay, so a little bit of food on this area. I did have Pizza Moon. It was good, really good pizza. I was intrigued by one thing that I never got, and that was the smoked carrot dog. I don't know if anybody saw that in a stand, but that was over there by the carousel. I was like, I don't know what that would taste like.
We also ate Pizza Moon. Good theme park pizza, like not the same as like gross theme park pizza. They have the pizza oven in there where they're making the pizza. It was actually decent.
And Julie, you mentioned it earlier. You have to stand in the line there too, and mobile order your food. I think that's pretty much the standard for Epic Universe and Universal in general now is they would rather you mobile order your food when you get in line, and then go sit down, and they'll bring it to you when you have a place to sit. The line moved pretty quick. They had to open up a section for us when we got in line, but I enjoyed that food.
The thing I enjoyed about how they seat you like that now is it avoids you going into a quick service restaurant and people holding tables and then going and getting in line forever. And I mean, it really seemed much more efficient.
Yeah, I like that system because that's what I thought too. We don't have to search for a table. They're doing it for us.
You don't have people standing over you waiting for you to get up so they can jump in your seats.
Yeah, and it's not hard. It's not a bad wait since you're in the air conditioning most of the time too. So I will say the freestyle machines in there, I don't think they have RFID. Well, they don't have RFID on them because they give you glass cups and you go up to them and get your drink out. Do with that information as you will. I'm not telling you to cheat the system, but there's that info. I think Toadstool's the same.
You only get a cup if they offer one to you.
But if you have a freestyle machine or freestyle cup yourself from a previous trip that you didn't,
The one thing I want to say about there is the pizzas are bigger than we anticipated. We thought they were going to be like little tiny personal pizzas, and the three of us could have easily eaten one pizza. Like we got one pizza and we got two pizzas and a Caesar salad, and we had an entire pizza left over. Like we really could have just done one pizza. We actually ended up giving our pizza away to a family that hadn't ordered yet because we didn't want it to get thrown away.
We only ate one pizza after you had told us that. We ordered just the one, and it was plenty for me and Beth.
So one pizza would be for like 3 to 4 people, or
2 to 3, depending on how much you want to eat.
It was 6 pieces. So,
and
it's more.
And we also got a Caesar salad. So,
yeah, it's a Via Napoli style pizza versus a Pizza Rizzo style pizza.
Okay.
I'll also end Celestial with this. I think this makes this park Universal's Epcot. I really have a feel like if they want to do a food and wine style event, they could easily do it in this area.
There's a ton of open space.
Very much. And the fountain in front of Helios is a great little place to sit, watch. Did any of y'all watch any of the fountain shows?
Yeah, it's really nice. I really enjoyed it.
I sat there in front of it while they were all looking for me and just relaxed.
I do love all the seating, like that grassy seating they have around. Like it is a good spot if someone wants to sit down, or when they are going to have. They do have a show there, right? Like it's like a fountain show. Like you can sit there and watch, and it's like a comfortable spot to sit down.
That's what we ended our night at the fountains. We spent about an hour right there just watching and relaxing. And pretty much got kicked out of the park. But it's a great little area, like I keep saying. I really, really think they'll do something with Celestial when it comes to some type of, they do Mardi Gras and all that jazz. So some food booths or something. So the best.
Well, they had live music too over by Starbucks. There was a stage with live music and a lot of seating over there, and I thought that was fabulous because what if you like my husband, he's not a ride guy, he doesn't like, but there's so much to do in this park for people, whether you're a ride person or not, just sitting there listening to the music. It was fabulous. There's so much there to do.
I really I forgot about the live music. When you come out of Harry Potter, there was a violinist playing right there. I saw a little band over there next to the Starbucks that you're talking about. We never stopped and listened. We were very much on a go-go trying to get to different rides because every time we went to a ride, something happened and we had to go to a different one. But yes, for those who don't want to ride rides or can't ride rides, it's a nice place to be able to sit and watch. The last world we have to go is the best world. Unfortunately, the worst timing for me. I only had 5 minutes in this world, and that's the Dark Universe. I stayed true to my promise, and I did not walk into this
Go
land.
there first.
Well, I my thing was I couldn't go in there when it was daylight. I had to go in for the first time at night because I wanted to feel the ambiance of the smoke and just burning blades and all that stuff. Since the place is supposed to be in a dark universe, and we got off of Battle, and I had 5 minutes to get from Battle over to Monsters Unchained, and then when I got off Monsters, I didn't have time to walk around. So
you didn't do Curse of the Werewolf?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
good.
So fun.
It was either a choice of doing that, which was a 60-minute wait, or Monsters. And I really wanted to compare Monsters to Harry Potter since a lot of people were already doing it. And I had been on a coaster similar to Werewolf out in Branson that's called Time Traveler. So I knew what to kind of expect on it. But what were y'all's thoughts on Curse of the Werewolf?
I loved it. If you do get, motion sick, do not go on it because we were dizzy when we got off. But I loved it.
Rachel just wants to be on there right now. I don't know if y'all saw her face.
Rachel, you would love it.
But it depends
if
on.
Angelina didn't go on it, I'm not going on it. And if Jen says that she came off a little woozy, I'm definitely not going. I'm not going on it.
Yep.
But it depends on
it outside.
It depends on that weight distribution, though. The car behind us was spinning like crazy. Our car barely spun.
But you can never tell. You can never tell. I videotaped part of the ride from the outside, and I thought, no way.
If somebody my size sits in your car, you are screwed.
Well, and I mean, I would
unless you have a counterweight on the other side.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that, Myka, because we didn't really spin a lot. And I mean, we had 3 ladies and a 7-year-old. And I mean, when we got off, I was like, I thought we were going to be spinning a lot based on what I had seen from other cars. And so, we only rode it once. So I personally, Jen said that she was dizzy getting off. I actually thought it was a fairly mild ride for what I like.
Agree.
But we didn't have the spinning that maybe some others did. So maybe if we had different weight distribution, maybe it would have been a lot more intense.
I don't think I would have liked the ride with the ladies that were behind us with the spinning they were doing. Like they all got off like very dizzy and we were all like, oh, ours was fine. Like we maybe spun around 2 or 3 times.
Mm-hmm. I loved it. I mean, it's really well done.
So you guys have to be strategic about who you bring on the trip in order to get the best ride experience.
So Rachel, when you ride it, you're sitting catty corner to me.
Great. And then I'll just throw up all over you.
So you're on the opposite side behind him because you have 2 people sitting forward this way and 2 people sitting behind you. And that's why you can spin. It was fun. I mean, we really did enjoy it, but
I'm going to sit out on that one.
Yeah, Rachel, don't do it.
Thank you.
I think you should.
If I could guarantee for you that you had the right experience we did, I think you would be okay. I mean, it was not as intense as Velocicoaster by any means.
Yeah, knowing me, I know I would end up in like a car with someone that would just would keep spinning, and then I'd be like,
I would find a way to make that thing spin.
Jason would be rolling his weight,
sail or something like that, and hold it out.
This is like my husband. He like rocks mine train.
That's what you're supposed to do. When you advertise that the mine trains rock, you are supposed to rock them.
Well, I'm actually really curious because we're going back to Epic in June, and I'll be with my husband and my kids who are very thrilled.
Tall.
Love spinning things. And so I'm just assuming that my Curse of the Werewolf experience will be a little different when I go on it with them.
Yeah, your husband's tall too.
Yeah.
So like that should be fun.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the land itself, because like I said, I didn't get to see anything in the land because I was running straight for Darkmoor trying to get on Monsters. What did y'all think about all of the interactions there? If y'all had any interactions with like Igor or the Bride, the Monster, Invisible Man, the theming, anything like that? What were y'all thoughts on that?
While they were writing Curse of the Werewolf, I was standing there taking video and stuff, and there was a guy with like a severed leg.
That's Igor.
And he was like chasing people with it and just saying the most outrageous things and like calling them out. It was really funny. So I had a good time just sitting there listening to it until finally he noticed that I was standing on a bench, and then he started coming and messing with me. I was like, no, I just want to watch.
That would be the character that I really wanted to see was Igor, because he he seems like he has the most fun because he has really no script.
Mhm.
There's no backstory to this version of Igor besides that he's running the ride for you in Monsters Unchained.
Is he the guy with the goggles?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I got some good photos of him. I watched him for a while. I couldn't understand what he was saying though, but it looked fun.
He had a great interaction with Kova. Like Kova just walked up to him and they started talking. He had like a heart in his hand that was pumping. And Kova had just got done drinking red Gatorade, so his whole mouth was red. So he said, "Oh, are you a friend of Dracula's? Like, are you a vampire?" And then my child looked at him and said, "Well, you have brown teeth." Like, just kind of went right back at him. And they were just going. They had a good time, a good interaction. Like he was able to, I don't know, tone it down a little bit to like have an interaction with 7-year-old, probably versus what he would have with an adult.
I think that's what I like about Universal and the characters, especially in Dark Universe, is that they have that freedom to kind of be, let me go get them a little bit more than, the Disney characters. You're not going to have the stepsister say stuff that, Eeyore was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was the only one that I saw when I was in there. I mean, we went in and we did Monsters and we did Curse of the Werewolf and then we left. So we didn't spend a lot of extra time in there. And since I rode both, I didn't really have a lot of downtime in the land to see others. But we just happened upon Igor as we were walking from one to the other.
And I might have run into him, like literally, but I didn't pay attention. Let's talk about Monsters then. Monsters Unchained. First and foremost, which one do you think is better, Battle of Ministry or Monsters?
Monsters.
I very much enjoyed Monsters over Battle. I think it's the pinnacle of what Universal has been doing. We've heard from Disney fans for a long time that Universal is very screen based and screen heavy. We don't have a lot of animatronics at those parks, and Universal said, like, okay, let's show you what we can do then. And they threw a gauntlet. And
those animatronics are fantastic. And for having a 7-year-old that's obsessed with animatronics right now, like he was like, "Oh, that was the coolest thing. I can't believe that was an animatronic. I thought that was someone in a costume." Like he really thought it was so good.
The only thing that brought me out of the ride were the curtains. I don't know if y'all noticed those, but there's black curtains in random spots, and it's just like,
I guess I didn't pay attention to that.
And I think it's only because I just listened to a podcast on the way down. They were talking about how they put curtains in certain areas, and I'm like, oh, there's curtains there. So
I wasn't looking for those, so no.
Maybe it's just me. But
I was a little. Oh, sorry. I was excited about this ride because I love like horror movies, monsters. I mean, I'm totally into that. But I was a little nervous going on it because I don't love Forbidden Journey, and I really think it's because of the screens. I think it's the screens and the motion combined. I can do it. It's just I don't personally prefer it. So I was a little nervous going in knowing that the ride vehicles were the same, but it was a completely different experience. I mean, I absolutely loved it.
I think with the ride,
I wish I could have rode the ride, but once I saw that arm as you're going through the ride, they show you the arm of the vehicle. I'm like, okay, no. But I did hear that it's not as wild as it looks.
No, it's not. That's very much him just exaggerating it. Like, this is what I'm going to do, and it's not tame, but it's
smoother than Forbidden Journey. Like you can tell it's upgraded from what that technology was.
Because I can't get stick on Forbidden Journey anymore.
You don't feel like you're getting tilted on your head quite as much as you do on Forbidden Journey.
I would agree with that because I always feel like on Forbidden Journey that you're just it's so jerky back and forth. Then this is so smooth.
I also think it has to do with the ride vehicle itself. Like with Forbidden Journey, you're in a little enclosed box, and this one's a little bit like more wide open. You're not like sitting inside something, so it could be a little bit of that on top of all that.
Did anyone get any snacks in Darkmoor or in Dark Universe?
We didn't.
I really wanted to get the garlic steak, but we never got there.
We went twice because we got it the first time, and my son loved it so much that all he talked about the rest of the day was going back to get another one. So we did, and that's where we found even there you have to do the whole mobile order thing where you have to go sit outside, order your thing for mobile order, then go pick it up at the window. But it was delicious. It was really good.
Oh, bathrooms. since we did an episode a few weeks ago. The bathrooms in these park, I've only went into Isla Burke's bathroom, maybe Harry Potter's. Those bathrooms are crazy. I don't know if y'all went to any of them or all of them or anything.
So I went to the bathroom in Dark Universe, and to true to theming, they had black toilets instead of white toilets.
I had told Rachel that, and she didn't necessarily believe me, and so I sent her a picture. But like the Isle of Burke, they had the men's bathroom over there by the show. They had a full-on mural in the bathroom made of tile. And I'm like, ooh, who does this? Who puts a mural in a men's bathroom?
In Super Nintendo, they did too. I took a picture of it in the bathroom because it was this beautiful tile mural in Super Nintendo.
So I think, end of the day, Universal spent their money wisely on this park. And they made sure that everything had a theme, and they kept that theme. I'm ready to go back and explore some more and see what all there is. Any negatives y'all have about the park?
The only negative that I had was that there's no shade. I mean, it's such a new park. The foliage is small. I didn't take a hat, and I wish I would have. So, I mean, when you're going into the park, especially if you have somebody in your group that is maybe not going to be riding a lot of things, they probably are going to want to have a hat or even an umbrella or something to keep the sun off of them part of the time, because there's not a lot of shady places to sit.
Oh, especially in Nintendo. And when you go downstairs and you're sitting, it's just hot because there's no cross breeze and you're just kind of sitting down there baking in the sun. So I have finally had to go wait on them in a store because I'm like, I can't sit out here any longer.
Now, the sun didn't bother me. I had times I needed to sit down, but I was running all over that park for a while there. I mean, with the negatives of preview and opening, which we know we're just working the bugs out. So you got to look past all that. On a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this park a 9, maybe a 9.5.
With the shade thing, there are some, I don't know if y'all noticed, but around the lagoon or the fountain, they put some benches with big umbrellas around down there, which I think is a nice touch. I hope they keep them even as they get the foliage built out. Mm-hmm. My biggest negative for the park, though, is that it's beautiful at night, but we're closing at 9 o'clock. The sun sets right now, 8:15, 8:20. So you're getting maybe 40 minutes. And they made a big deal about Stardust, for instance, about how the trains light up, but the track isn't. So it looks like shooting stars at night. And it's like, why advertise all this and build this magnificent fountain with fountain shows with lights and all this, and then not have a nighttime park? And I think it really shines then.
Well, and the portals are all, I mean, they're all so lit up. I mean, they're absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I would agree with that. I wish they had longer nighttime hours, and maybe they will once they open. I'm hoping that they will, because I feel like that's what a lot of people want.
Especially during the summer, you're sitting there in the sun, and like y'all mentioned, it's a new park, so the foliage isn't there yet, and we don't have the shade. So nighttime, you'd bring more people in to be able to kind of have that cool breeze, the coolness of the night, ride rides, and spend money, the big thing. So why not have it open? And hopefully they do. Hopefully, I mean, during this HHN season, they'll probably open this park up a little bit longer just because they want people to go somewhere else if they can't go into HHN.
Because I would have loved to have seen Dark Universe at night. I didn't get in there at night.
I didn't get to see the burning blades. That was my big thing. Yeah.
That's all you talked about.
Yeah, no, he just has to go back.
I just told you, though, I had to run into Darkmoor, which isn't even close to the burning blades. And I had to go straight into that ride to make sure I got on it. And then when I came out, it was like, oh, it's time to close. So we kind of meandered our way out so slowly and sat at the fountain. So.
We did get to see the burning blades, but I mean, it was in the daylight, but I mean, the way that they have it set up, I mean, you still can really see them even in the daylight.
I did see they have a lighting package for the blades lighting. Like, it looks like the townspeople coming through the city of Dark, or the little town of Darkmoor. So they come marching up to the burning blades and then light the blades light on fire. Once again, you put money, thought, and time into something, and you're not going to have it there for people to see.
So, question for everyone here. I know we're talking about negatives. Like, I agree with what everyone's saying. Like, I don't really have a negative to say other than I wish it was open later because it is so pretty at night. Some of the rides are kind of short, like they're not worth super long waits. But besides that, I mean, every theme park has that. It makes other theme parks pale in comparison. Like how themed and immersive each area is, like going, because we did that first and then went to like Islands of Adventure, Universal Studios. And I even like kind of warned my mom and son who had not been to the other ones, like it's not the same level. Like it's really great. Like you really kind of go in there and you could easily spend 2 days at Epic Universe, like really going in and seeing everything and enjoying each land and seeing everything it has to offer.
Out of a size standpoint, which Disney park would you compare Epic Universe to?
Good question.
I think size-wise, it's a little bit bigger than Magic Kingdom. Like all three of the Universal parks are the same acreage right now.
Oh,
so
okay.
This one's not any bigger, like drastically bigger than Universal Studios Orlando or Islands of Adventure. It's just that the biggest positive is they've made use of the land they're sitting on. There's not a huge lake in the middle of it. So if you want to go from Harry Potter to Super Nintendo, you don't have to walk all the way around the lagoon. You walk right across the middle of the park.
But there aren't as many rides as some of the other parks.
Right.
So I cannot people watch or like leisurely stay in a Universal Studios or Islands of Adventure like I can in Magic Kingdom or Epcot.
You could here.
You can.
That was going to say. So it is more of like it's an immersive, like people watching.
It's very spaced out. There's a lot of space.
I think that's good because like I don't want to go to a theme park and then like only be like ride like Universal Studios. So I'm glad that for people that don't ride the big sickening rides, I think it's good to have other things that they can do. So good.
Yeah,
I'm happy about that.
We were told by Al, I believe it was, that Epic was going to be much bigger than the other parks. And I was just reading here, they say it's 7 times as large as Magic Kingdom.
I think that's the total land that they bought for Epic.
Including parking lots.
The whole land they bought over there is 750 acres.
With the parking. And then, Animal Kingdom doesn't feel very large, but it is the larger park.
Yeah.
Because of the vegetation.
And the savannah takes up, the
right.
savannah is larger than Magic Kingdom in and of itself.
I think the park feels large. Some of the lands maybe not as large, but everything there looks great.
Yeah.
But I think it's large. But of course, I walked all over a few times.
I'll on that with the worlds, like Isle of Burke, you walk in and it feels expansive, and it is the biggest world they have. Super Mario is also pretty big, but because everything's so enclosed,
and multiple levels. I kind of like that there too, where there's like multiple levels to Super Mario.
A little bit of comparison with the announcements made that Disney has. So like Tropical America, Villains Lands, Cars Land, the Muppet, getting rid of Muppets, my arch enemy. Do y'all think that's enough to compete with Epic Universe? Do you think Disney's going to have to do something bigger, like more lands? I don't think another theme park by any means, but like, do you think those lands are going to be big enough for a Epic competition?
I think so. I think once Disney get those out there and going, Epic's or Universal's going to have to step it up another step.
I think part of it, though, depends on what kind of attractions are in those lands, because, Epic Universe is very well suited for older kids, adults, more, thrill ride people, whereas if in those lands, they're more slow moving, Finding Nemo, Little Mermaid kind of rides, I don't think that's going to pull the crowd.
Well, Universal has always been more for the older kids on their rides, and it was a struggle to find anything for the younger kids. Epic has done that. They've brought out several things that does appeal to younger kids or people who don't ride rides.
With the rumors of like, there's a Great Hall dining experience that's rumored to come to the Harry Potter area. There, you'll take another flume over to the Great Hall, and then a Mario, Luigi's Haunted Mansion or whatever they call it. It's supposed to come over to Super Nintendo, or a Creature of the Black Lagoon. You know, there's stuff on the horizons for this park, and I think Universal will pull the trigger and probably have at least one of those open before Cars Land even really gets going. Is there anything else?
I think.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Jason. I think that Disney needs to step it up with their time frames on getting these new experiences and areas. I think that really hurts them by them taking so long to create whatever they're creating. I mean, look at Epic, how fast this went up, you know, and it took them, look how long Guardians took to build, and Tron.
Yeah.
Right. I think people get frustrated. They get frustrated with it. They're like, you tell us it's coming. Where is it?
Yeah.
You know,
then it takes 7 years.
That was my biggest comparison leading up was Tron took 5-6 years to build as a copycat coaster from Shanghai. And in that same amount of time, we have this amazing theme park that we've all been in that Universal built.
With 4 coasters.
You know, I will say also, they were worried. I can remember when they were first starting to build Epic, they kept saying that people were the smell, because it's built next to a sanitary waste landfill. And I don't know about any of you, but I did not smell anything. So whatever they've done, you know, that, because that can deter people from going there. You know, they hear that, but there was no smell whatsoever.
It smells worse in Epcot than I smelled over here. Like, and I love Epcot is my favorite Disney park, and those little walkthroughs by Connection, and now they got rid of it over by Moana. Those things smell like sewage every time, no matter how recent they had closed them or not. You didn't smell any of that type of stuff at Epic. Well, is there anything else y'all want to add about or ask for Terry and Rachel about Epic Universe?
No,
you
I
guys
think
did a
these
great
ladies.
job.
Yeah, you guys covered a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Well, we appreciate each and every one of y'all coming on today. Julie, where can we find you?
You can find me at Julie's Magical Travel at Comcast.net. And then my number, you can reach me. My desk line is 217-213-6551.
See, Julie's all in on Universal. She's got a Comcast email. So Comcast is the owner of Universal.
She's old school. She's one of the few that we will not force to change her email.
All right, Angelina, where can we find you?
You can shoot me an email over Angelina@magicaltravel.com, or on Instagram, Travel by Angelina. And I'm on Facebook too. And it's probably easiest just to look up my name, because my business page is way too long and they won't let me change it.
Jennifer, where can we find you?
You can reach me on my email, jenniferf@magicaltravel.com, or my Facebook. You can do Jennifer Niels Flynn. That's me. And just reach out.
And Christy, what about you?
My business page on Facebook is Christy Puev with Magical Travel, and I'm also on Instagram, Christy with Magical Travel, or you can shoot me an email at christy@magicaltravel.com.
And you can reach the rest of us over at magicaltravel.com. Any of our great agents would be willing to help you plan your perfect Disney Universal vacation. Go to Epic for a few days. It's going to be great. On the next episode, we'll probably talk something random, probably resorts. I don't know. We haven't talked about that far yet. But until the next episode, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Hi.